Hello, my friend, Coach Heiko here, and today I got a question for you. Are you controlling your fear, or is your fear controlling you? Now, what do I mean by that? We all have these goals that we want to achieve, or dreams that we want to turn into reality. But quite often, almost always, there's fear holding us back from that, and it's manifesting in many different ways. And for me, back in the days, it was always my dream to travel the world, making amazing experiences. Getting to know different cultures, trying all kinds of foods, and all these kind of things. And I was really passionate about that. But I never really got myself to actually do it. Because, I had the secure job, and I wasn't really happy with that. Because, every day was just the same, and even with my colleagues, we were just talking about the same topics all over again. And it wasn't really exciting anymore after a couple of years. But on top of that, I even had an autoimmune disease, which affected me every single day. If I would have a flare up, I couldn't even move. I couldn't even take a step without having tremendous pain. And sometimes it would even cause some kind of inflammation in my eye that if it's not treated properly, I could even get blind from that. And so, to me, leaving all that behind, going completely into a different country, not knowing if they could help me with my disease, if I get the inflammation in my eye, and not knowing if I would find a job there, and all these kind of things, really made me doubting myself, my own capabilities. It really created a lot of fear. And I was entirely just focusing on all the potentials, all the possibilities that could go wrong. So I never really did it. And I was watching movies like Lord of the Rings, seeing this amazing landscapes, knowing that it's a real place on Earth, knowing that I would love to go there, would love to see that and experience for myself. But I was too scared. And so I ended up making a lot of excuses. Yeah, I know, I don't really speak the language and all these other things, finding smaller things, smaller excuses that would hold me back from that. Not really admitting that it's my fear that is really holding me back, and all the things that I created within myself that would keep me from there. Even though I had possibilities to go after that. There were things like projects and things that I could join, or other people maybe doing something like that, where I could just went with them. But I didn't do it. I was really too scared to do that. And I always wanted to have some kind of safety net. If something goes wrong, okay, I need to have this and this in place, and this must be okay, and I need to have a lot of money before I can even start doing that. But I don't really have the time to do these things, and so I was just keeping myself stuck in the same place. And even though others wanted to help me, I didn't really allow them to do, because it was scary. I knew that if they would help me and if I would take the step, then I would get into the unknown. I would get into really diving into my fear, and I wasn't ready to do that. But eventually, after really years passing by, and I'm really noticing that I'm getting more and more depressed. Every day is just the same, and I'm longing for change, but nothing is really happening, because I realized I'm waiting for things to change, but I didn't change myself. And so I opened up and I accepted help. I got a coach, and he managed to really show me that I created this reality for myself. Yes, I have this autoimmune disease, I have these things, all these potentials coming up. But all this time I was only focusing on all the potentials that could go wrong. All the things that maybe, doubting myself, my own capabilities, doubting other things, not even going after if that's even true. And just really holding myself back and shifting that perspective to yes, there are these possibilities, but it could also go right in many ways. There are many potentials to grow, to have amazing experiences, and to have even bigger experiences than what I would like to achieve before. Just because I didn't believe in myself so much that I could even dream bigger. But that ultimately was what happened. So if you know my story, I quit my job. I went to the UK and had an amazing time over there. And the whole experience like changed myself so much. I expanded who I was. I made a lot of amazing experiences, met a lot of people, tried different foods, all these things that I always wanted to do. And guess what? It was much easier than I always pictured before. And to tell you the truth, yes, my autoimmune disease was showing up. Yes, even my eye inflammation was showing up. But they could treat me. And guess what? I could even learn more about these things from there, because they had different experiences, different possibilities over there. And so over time I learned more and more about my disease and what I could do about it, that I could have never done if I would just being stuck in that one place all the time for hoping to things to change. And this is also like, my motto, like follow your dreams, transform your life. This is really where it comes from. Because my whole life transformed by following my dreams, by going after that. And so why am I sharing with you that story? I want to nail down that if fear is controlling you, then you only see all the potentials that could go wrong. Everything holding you back from where you actually wanted to go. But if you're controlling fear, this is when things can shift. And you can actually use it as a drive to go not just after your dreams, but even unfold it in bigger ways than you imagined. Because I didn't just go to the UK, I went to New Zealand, we went to Vanuatu, Australia, so many other countries. Countries that haven't even been on my list before. But I was growing so much that I believed more myself and my capabilities, that we could do it, that we could figure out a way. And even if you know my story, I learned so much that I even managed to overcome my autoimmune disease, so that I'm free. And it all really started with 3 things that I wanted to give you right now. The first thing is believe in yourself, believe in your capabilities. No matter what's your goal, no matter what's your dream, believe that you have everything you need to reach that, or that you have the ability the capabilities to figure out how to do it. Because we live in an amazing times. We have lots of opportunities and possibilities that our ancestors never had. So believe in yourself. The second one is remove the safety nets. Forget about the plan B, forget about the plan C. Because all these things of like, I need to be safe, I need to have plan B and something like that. This is what kept me from actually doing it. If we remove any plan B and plan C, then there's no other option than to succeed. If you give yourself a plan B or C, you're giving yourself the option to fail. But if you remove all that, you must succeed. And I can tell you, out of that space, you're gonna take different action. You have a different energy. You make different decisions that ultimately lead to an amazing goal. And then the third one is to really be open. Accept help, get a coach or anyone who could help you achieve and turn your dreams into a reality. Because there are so many things we don't know what we don't know. There are so many things that I didn't realize about myself, about my perspective, about my beliefs, about all the patterns that I had that kept me stuck, and how to shift them and turn them around. So often in life, even before that, when I wanted to improve my health, I wanted to get more fit. You move into the right direction for a certain while, but then you drop back. And you always kind of stay stuck where you were. And all these things shift when you have someone seeing your blind spots, seeing what's holding you back, what's your pattern around that. So, I just want to tell you that whatever your goal is, once you go after that, there's an energy unfolding in you. There's a drive happening. It's more than motivation. It's like at some point you get pulled towards your future, towards becoming more, growing more, expanding who you are. And this is the most amazing feeling and drive in the world. And this is why I want to emphasize that so much for you. And if I can do that, if like a shy guy from Germany with an autoimmune disease could manage to do that, then you can too. Yes, you can. And I believe in you. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. And I'm wishing you the most amazing rest of the day. And most of all, I'm wishing for you that you are able to achieve your goals, to turn your dreams into reality, and to really have the most extraordinary life. So I'm wishing you all the best. I'm sending you lots of love, light, and appreciation. And I see you in the next video. Coach Heiko out.